why.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media. Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian Pulse.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का नंबर 1 रेडियो स्टेशन FM 91.9.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com. The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Hello everyone, my name is Jadoo. I'm the group editor and we did hear the breaking news. The Conservative Party, they have ruled out Patrick Brown from running in the leadership campaign, and at Y Media we have an exclusive interview with Patrick Brown. Mayor Patrick Brown, on behalf of Y Media Group, a very warm welcome. How are you?
Well, Yudhvir, it's always nice to talk to you. Difficult 24 hours, but always nice to talk to you.
Yeah, same here. I know it's been very challenging for you. The allegations that we hear from the Conservative Party, they are saying that a private company based in Brampton is funding your campaign. One of your staffer is being funded by that. And they have referred this matter to Elections Canada, the Chief Returning Officer. And the Chief Returning Officer suggested that you be removed from the federal Conservative leadership race. What's your take on this one?
So we don't have any details from the Conservative Party. They said there was an allegation that one of our volunteers was being paid from a company. We have 1,800 volunteers around the country. We asked them for the name of the volunteer, the name of the company. They said it was an anonymous allegation and they couldn't provide us the name. So this was a flimsy justification to disqualify one of the leading contenders for the leadership. You know, we felt that we were in a position to win this leadership. We signed up over 150,000 new Canadians to join the party, and they've been disenfranchised. And, you know, we know who's behind this. It was the Pierre Poilievre camp. It was his supporters on Leoc who were pushing for this. And it's disappointing. Disappointing because the party membership deserved to have a free and fair election.
Yeah, you've been one of the main challengers, at least in the top three for sure. Some even said that you could be a real challenger for Pierre Poilievre. You're alleging that he's behind this, but Pierre Poilievre, his campaign is saying you know it better, and he's saying that they have got nothing to do with this.
Well, very clearly, Pierre Poilievre's campaign, his supporters are the ones pushing for this. It was a split decision of Leoc. There was a number of members of Leoc who thought this was extraordinary and wrong. But Pierre has a history of being a bully. You know, they threatened to kick Michelle Rempel, my co-chair, out of Conservative caucus for supporting my candidacy and calling out Pierre's support for intolerance. They kicked out Jean Charest's one of his leading MPs, Ed Fast, as finance critic, and now they're trying to bully Leoc. It's unfortunate. And, you know, Pierre Poilievre is going to, if he can't answer tough questions during a Conservative leadership debate, leadership election, how is he going to do that in a general election? You know, and frankly, if he was so confident in his campaign, why does he need to disqualify his adversaries? The fact that he's running television ads in Toronto media markets, a very expensive media market for that matter, shows that he's worried. And what they did last night is wrong. They've disenfranchised 150,000 Canadians, many from diverse communities who had never voted or joined the Conservative Party party before. And so it's very unfortunate.
Okay, let's get to the bottom of this. At the heart is this whole allegation that some private was paying to your staffer or somebody at your campaign. Were you and they said they did you enough time to respond to these allegations? Were you given any details about this private company or any staffer that's on your campaign that is being paid, or what did they provide you as a proof?
No details. We asked for details. We said if they gave us details, we could respond, but they said it was an anonymous allegation and they couldn't provide any details. They said it was someone working on our campaign who was being paid by a private company. If we had details, we could respond, but you can't respond to a phantom allegation. We had over 1,800 people working on our campaign. So it's very disappointing. This has disenfranchised a record number of Canadians from participating in a leadership. And frankly, it's a gift to Justin Trudeau. If Justin Trudeau gets to run against a conservative leader with extreme views like Pierre Poilievre, he's going to be celebrating. Pierre Poilievre position on banning childhood vaccines for smallpox and polio, his position on cryptocurrency that you can opt out of inflation through Bitcoin is ludicrous. It speaks to financial illiteracy. And of course, his work with Pat King, his playing footsie with someone with a history of intolerance and hate, it would be a gift to the Liberal Party. And so I'm sure today Justin Trudeau has a big smile because Pierre supporters are manipulating this leadership race so that he can win. And it's wrong.
Okay, and what will be your next course of action? Are you going to take any legal action against the party? What are your plans now?
Well, we're going to consult our legal options and to see what avenues we have, but it is very disappointing. This is the first time that you have a major political party in Canada disqualify a leadership contender a mere days before the ballots are being sent out. And so we're going to fight for the people that they've disenfranchised and continue not to shy away from calling out this egregious abuse of our democracy.
Do you think there is some big sinister campaign going on against you? You were right at the helm of affairs. You were the PC party leader, all set to become the Premier of Ontario. Then two anonymous girls show up, with the sexual misconduct allegations, which we all know were not proven at that point. Now here again, right at the time when the Conservative supporters are ready to elect their new leader, you're a very strong contender, and then you've been moved out of the race.
So, 4 years ago when I faced a false allegation, I fought back, I won, I cleared my name. And this time, boy, is it flimsy, the allegation being put forward. No name, some random volunteer was supposedly being paid by a corporation. I can't respond to an anonymous allegation, and we're going to hold the party accountable. This is scandalous what they've allowed themselves to do. And I know this has been pressured and orchestrated by the Poilievre campaign, but it's Canadians who lose out when we can't have a free and fair election within a major political party.
Last two questions over here. First one is that now would you be running as a mayor? Because I think the legal matter, especially within the internal party matters, it does take some time. So are you going to run as an MP just in case John Sherry wins, or you're going to head back to Brampton municipal elections?
Well, I'm going to take some time to look at my options, look what legal recourse we have, and then make a decision. I really wanted to build a modern, inclusive Conservative Party where it doesn't matter who you love, where you're born, the color of your skin, what God you worship. I will build a party that would fight for all. And so I need time to friends and family about what we, because I don't want to see the Conservative Party turn into a replica of the U.S. Republican Party. And I know, Pierre would take it in that Ted Cruz type direction, and I'm not comfortable with that.
All right. My last question is, your colleagues here at the council, as we speak, they're holding a press conference. They've sent us press releases. They're all up against you, and they're saying there has been a lot of issues, lots of scandals in the city hall as well regarding contracts being given. And here they are, with the Conservative leadership race issue, they're all up against you. Why is that?
So we've had two different blocks on council, and there's one block led by Gurpreet Dhillon and he's ignoring the advice of the city clerk and the city solicitor. They wanted to appoint a crony to be their sixth councillor when Charmaine Williams won. We believe it's illegal. The city clerk, the city solicitor thought it was illegal, and we're not going to participate in their charade. And we've got tough questions we want to ask. We know very well what they want to cover up. Councillor Dillon obviously fired the integrity commissioner because of the finding of guilt against him, sexual harassment. The integrity commissioner had a finding of guilt against Councillor Dillon. It was then appealed to the courts. The courts upheld the integrity commissioner's decision, and Gurpreet Dillon built a coalition at City Hall that he would offer his vote to other councillors if they got rid of the integrity commissioner. And so we want answers on this. We thought it was wrong that the first female integrity commissioner in Canadian history was fired simply for exposing the truth of what Councillor Dillon, the conduct that he engaged in. And so I know he doesn't want there to be a councillor appointed to Brampton City Council that would have this investigated. We want this to be investigated. We want the improper firing of the integrity commissioner to be investigated. And Councillor Dillon is desperately trying to ensure that he has a councillor selected who will not allow that investigation.
All right. Member Brown, thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we'll carry on the discussion. Anything else you want to quickly add before I let you go?
No, but thank you for having me on. All the best, Yadoo.
Thank you so much, Mayor Brown, for your time. We wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You are watching Channel Y, a South Asian Canadian channel.